Hey Pisces, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Welcome to your August reading. I hope all is well. Let's get started. I come to you, humbly God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Pisces collective needs to know for August? Thank you. This is the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, by the way, the Shadow Edition. Okay, so we have the Explorer and Reflect. There's a need for you to reflect on other options, new ways of doing things, new paths, new avenues, okay? I was trying to help you see this one. Jesus. Okay, there we go. That's the only thing about this. The gold trim is beautiful in person, but like, anyway, reflect. It's time for you to actually look out in the world, see what you're creating, and see how that's mirroring your mindset, okay? Also, Ask Body is at the bottom of the deck, so I do feel like you might, some of you guys, there might be some things coming out in your body that's reflecting your mental state or emotional state, all right? So there's a need for you to be a bit more observant of that. Now, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be like, you've done the healing and now you're noticing different types of people coming into your life who are way healthier for you, right? So that's another way to look at it. But there's a need to observe what you're attracting and what your experiences are, because that can help you navigate, you know, the world better. It's a good sign or whatever. I don't know. Harbinger, is that the word? I don't know. Okay, look forward. I'm thinking about compass. Like, it's like that's a way to show you where you're at. Like, that's what I'm feeling. Like, you do something, you do some healing, you do some work, then you look out, you go out to the world, and you're like, okay, so what am I attracting now? You know, it's something like that that's happening, or that needs to happen. Using the world as your compass, it can help to ground you or bring you back to reality. It's like it's helping you assess where your mental or emotional state is, okay? We do have look forward, though, which is great. There's no need to keep looking in the past. It's just working on your, raise your vibration. Yeah, it's a matter of working on your current state of mind right now, your current emotional state right now. If you see that you are talking to a bunch of people who are pissed off, right? For example, tangent, a little bit of a tangent. If you're like going out and like, let's say you wake up and you stub your toe, right? And then that pisses you off, your toe starts bleeding. Sorry to be gruesome. Your toe starts bleeding and you just can't get over the fact that you stubbed your toe. Then you go take a shower and you know, the water is too cold. You know, it just won't get hot. All right. And then you go outside and, you know, someone's just like a crappy driver, or there's a lot of traffic for no reason, unusually heavy traffic. You know, things like that. When stuff like that happens, it's usually a sign to take a bit of inventory of where your energy is. Take the temperature. There we go. Check the temperature of your energy before you go out into the world. So then when you go out, then you could see, instead of blaming it on the world or blaming it on the experience or the person, you could see how you attracted that type of energy. This will definitely help if you find yourself in patterns where you're meeting the same types of people. If you find yourself on social media, all right, all day, every day, and then, and you're talking about, you know, let's say you're talking about crime all day, right? And now you find yourself only talking about these conversations, and then let's say you witness one, you know, things like that. It's like, things like that does happen. Like, the more energy you put into it, you start attracting it. So there's a need for you to use the world around you as an assessment of where you're standing right now. All right, it'll be a reality check, so you don't go down a rabbit hole. All right. What's going on? What's going on with Pisces? Yeah, the King of Swords is something. It's easy for you right now, or in the month of August, at least the first half. It'll be easy for you to go down a rabbit hole, it seems, okay? Where you might feel justified for this rabbit hole and you might not necessarily be. There's going to be a challenge with clarity, mental clarity. I wish I knew the astrological placements, because I'm sure there's a reason for why Pisces will be feeling this right now, okay? But that is the energy, all right? So there's a need to be grounded, to bring it back. It's like if you're looking at, we have a tower moment here coming out. It's like if you go down, you know, if you enjoy conspiracy theories, you could really go off the deep end with that, right? But then you have to use the logic to kind of bring yourself back. Like, wait, that doesn't make sense because this and that and that. Like, challenge, if you're like in the best way to follow these conspiracy theories, in my opinion, is just to, you know, challenge it and see what the other arguments are before you just accept it because someone said an alternative theory. Okay, there's a need for that check. All right. All right. Oh, excuse me. It seems like this, okay. There was a tower moment when it came to, let's say, your dream or a romantic proposal or something like that didn't play out well, all right? I don't know if this is the same story or if you guys met someone and it's a different story. So if it's a different story but the same type of situation, then you found yourself in a pattern. Then there's a need for you to be conscious of the pattern that you're finding yourself in. Now, if that's not the case, I'm just throwing that out there. That's for some of you guys. There's a need to find the patterns. Anyway, so there's a tower moment that happened. It causes conflict and it caused you to have this skewed vision. All right, and it caused you to break away from. Hold on. What is happening here? There's an injustice though. Oh, so you're holding on to this injustice and this deceptive energy here. All right, you're holding on to that, and it's causing you to have very skewed, maybe a negative mindset, straight up. Okay, nothing is bad and good in the world, blah 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 blah, in theory and all that, but you know what I mean by having a negative mindset and start attracting things that can be a self-fulfilling prophecy in a negative way. All right, now if you find that you're meeting a bunch of guys or women who men or women who are doing the same, treating you in the same manner, it's not just people. It's not that guys suck or that girls suck. It's you have to switch your point of attraction there. There's a pattern there. You have to, at some point, it's a matter of holding yourself accountable and knowing that the common denominator is you. Some of you guys have been going through a pattern and didn't recognize that you've been going through a pattern. All you recognized was, I got hurt by this person, I got hurt by this person, I got hurt by this person. I don't know why, everyone sucks. When that's not necessarily the case here, all right? It's just easier to point the finger. And because you did deal with people who sucked, there are some facts there that can help you build up that narrative. But that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy if you stay there. You can't park there. So back to the healing. Eight of Swords is leaving you to feel like trapped in this way of being. Like, it's causing you to have, some of you guys to have this type of mentality like, why do people want to treat me this way? And you start making up this theory. Oh, maybe because I'm not cute enough, or maybe because I don't make enough money, or, you know, and now you're like really digging into this narrative. All right. Going down a rabbit hole, coming up with conspiracy theories, you know, when really what needs to happen is you have to check the temperature of your energy and see where there's certain opportunities for healing. That's a tough one. But it came from a genuine injustice. It came from something that was really crappy, you know, something that genuinely was a crappy situation. But it just, you ran with that. Some of you guys ran with that and decided this is how the world works. All right. That can be a dangerous slope to go down. All right. That's when you start generalizing like all Geminis suck, you know. All right. Sorry, Geminis. Some of you guys might have dated a Gemini. That was for you. Yeah. So in order to do this, there's a past situation. Some of you guys, it might have been a marriage. It might have been a long-term situation with the Hierophant coming out with the Ten of Cups. It was something that you at least felt can give you the emotional fulfillment that you wanted, right? But it broke down. It was a foundation that broke down. There was conflict, whatever. You didn't get what you wanted out of it. You thought you were going to get something. You didn't get it. Now it caused you to look at the world like the world is like this. All right. There's a need to make a judgment call on this person, on that one specific situation, and learn the lesson. Okay. Once again, if you used to, it's not the, yes, the person sucked, but also you didn't follow your intuition, right? So you can't sit there and blame the whole world now. All right. There's a need to make a judgment, a singular judgment call on this one specific situation before you go down a rabbit hole of creating a narrative that's just going to feed in to getting more of this. All right. You don't want that. Especially because it seems like this was kind of painful, emotionally damaging. All right. But it is something from the past here. Where are we at? 12:54. Let's look into the Tower. It's like you're sticking to your guns like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. It's all them. And it's like not saying that you did anything wrong per se. It's just saying that now it caused, forget what happened in the past, but the emotional damage that it's caused, that's causing a wrong level of thinking now. Forget what happened then, okay? The emotional damage that it's caused, you have to hold yourself accountable for that. All right? Some of you guys might have found yourself in a third-party situation. You might have got dropped for someone else, something like that. You were putting in work, whatever the case. Listen, you have a new beginning here. All right, that's what's happening. This is an opportunity to change your perspective so you can attract better. All right, let's see what that king, why that King of Swords is there. Yeah, it's stemming from this soulmate situation where you fell out of love with someone. But the King of Cups and the Two of Cups here, you fell out of love, or whatever, the love has broken, the love has been lost, all right? But this specific situation is causing you to look at the entire world in a different way, and not in the best way. It's having you prejudge people, all right? Or attract the same types of people because you didn't do the healing. All right, so it's back to the healing, Pisces. Come on. Use what you're, if you find yourself in a pattern, then you know what to do next. All right. If you don't find yourself in a pattern, then take a closer look. You might see it. All right. If any of this resonated with you, great. If it didn't, awesome. Yeah. Let's see what the blockage is. Either way, there's a need for you to raise your vibration. Maybe you did do the healing. Some of you guys might have did the healing, but you might still harbor a bit of resentment and bitterness. Yeah, and just overall, like, looking at the world, at love in a negative way, or, you know, if this is a job situation, then you're just looking at things in a negative light. And that is the best way to attract more negative things, okay? Go back to that example of stubbing your toe and how that plays out, all right? All right, what's the blockage? Yeah, there's a need to stop and assess. Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and a Five of Cups. There's a need to walk away from this mentality. Walk to a more calmer state, a calmer way of being, a calmer emotional state. Because right now, the Six of Swords is about leaving, like moving to calmer waters. So you might be in more of a, it's not completely grounded emotionally, all right? It's not completely, you're not seeing things completely clear right now. And you might be using your intuition or using facts to muddle what you're seeing or muddle the truth, okay? So there's a need to raise your vibration because your intuition might be a little bit skewed right now, all right? You're being navigated to the new beginning with the Wheel of Fortune. So just take a breather. Take a breather, all right? Take a breather and look around. What have I created since that heartbreak? What kind of experiences have I been having? What kind of conversations have I been having? Have they been negative or have they been on the up and up? Have they been about the struggle and poverty or have they been about wealth? Okay? Has it been about sickness or has it been about health? You know, it's a need to tighten up what your energy is all about, all right? But it's stemming from this past situation with the Five of Cups here. It's like you don't want to feel that pain again, so you don't want to wear rose-colored glasses, which I get. But you can be grounded in reality without being a complete cynic, all right? So it's a difference there, all right? What are they failing to see? What you're failing to see is you haven't addressed the feelings that you still have for this person who hurt you. You might be moving on and acting as if, oh, I don't care. I don't love them anymore. I'm over it. But now it's showing up in weird ways. Ass body came out. I'm feeling the headache. You're not addressing it. All right? You're putting a band-aid. You're patching it up by putting bleak colored glasses on, so nobody could ever fool you again. It's like, oh no, you're not gonna fool me. But now you're going down a rabbit hole where now you're creating things or you're seeing things that aren't there, right? So just be mindful of that. You could still be grounded. Okay, there are most certainly shitty people in the world, and obviously you did date one, all right, but now you don't want to keep creating that cycle. Some of you guys are running the risk of doing that. So there's a need to take a breather and check the temperature and make sure that you're grounded, all right? The best way to do that, once again, raise your vibration, listen to your body, listen to your mind, do some self-care, meditate, all right? It's going to be a process. Hmm. Hmm. Hold on. Some of you guys haven't accepted the fact that something is actually not meant to be. That injustice, that deceptive person. Some of you guys are having a hard time wrapping your mind around it. Some of you guys are being led to the real deal, though. All right. But if it comes, you won't be able to see it with the bleak colored glasses on. All right. So just make sure that you're taking your time with that. See if you have some new belief systems that came up as a result of this relationship. What is the baggage that came up? Okay. I know a lot of you have already been doing the work. This is just a minor tweak. You did the heavy lifting emotionally already, did the healing, right? You started following your intuition and all that. But now it's just like a minor tweak that needs to happen, which is more just a spiritual thing. Keep listening to your intuition and keep raising your vibration and you'll get there. It's fine, all right? But this is just this reading is just to let you know that that's a possibility right now, all right? Or at least in August, the beginning of August. What's that advice? You have the Empress coming out with the King of Wands. Oh. So as I mentioned, you have to make a final judgment call on this person. I feel like some of you guys, even though you moved on energetically and emotionally, you kind of didn't. You still kind of holding on to hope that this person is the one, and that is holding you back. You have to make a final judgment call because that is actually keeping you trapped, okay, and stopping you from going into Empress mode. It's stopping the progress. It's stopping the healing. The best way to do this is just to admit to yourself that, yeah, you still have love for this person. That's fine. I think admission of that is paramount right now, because if not, then you're burying it and now it's showing up, like I said, showing up in weird ways, in resentment, bitterness, or even headaches, and showing up in your body. So just be mindful of that. Take better care of your body, but that it's coming from an emotional state. All right. Let's see what the animal spirit is. Canary spirit, sing your own song. Okay. This is about independence. All right. Once again, that energy of being okay, being alone, right? I know some of you guys are already on board with that. So it's just confirmation about that, especially while you're in this moment of tweaking a little bit, raising your vibration. Right now, what you might attract at this moment for some of you guys, it might not be fully what you want. And it's probably because of the vibration that you're still carrying. So just make sure that your vibration is intact so that whatever you do attract is matching up, all right? Outer spirit, you're never alone. The universe is going to bring you the soulmate once you're ready, once you're on soulmate vibrations, okay? Moth spirit, surrender now. It's time to surrender to the universe, surrender to your healing, surrender to your heartbreak, surrender to the idea that, yes, you still have feelings. It's okay. You're human, all right? Surrender to that. I feel like the truth, Dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. Because this person was so deceptive, if you're still carrying some type of hope, it's probably because you're not completely sure if this person was that deceptive, okay? Which is probably leading you down the rabbit hole of questioning your intuition. Again, which is leading down that rabbit hole of being confused and ungrounded, unsound. Okay, not having a complete mental clarity. All right. One more card. Okay, too many cards. Overcome any obstacle. Healing is not easy, but it got to be done. All right. And where we got? Oh yeah, pick spirit. Use your mind wisely. Yeah, this is about intuition and logic. Using both. Like I said, you can use your intuition, but some of you guys, you might be using your intuition to feed some narrative that's just not it. Okay, like it's time for you to, as you're going through this process of following your intuition more and more, there's going to be reality checks that need to happen. All right, ground yourself a little bit more, and you're gonna make some mistakes. You're probably gonna feel like your intuition is telling you this and it's really that, so on and so forth, because you came out of a cycle where someone messed with your intuition so much where you kind of don't know which way is up. Okay, because of that, you have to rebuild your trust in intuition. You have to rebuild the voice of your intuition versus your ego, and you need to learn how to distinguish what's your intuition, what's your ego now. All right, so you're still in that process. Some of you guys are getting the ego's voice, and you're figuring, okay, that's my intuition talking, telling me that this person ain't nothing, and it's like, no. You know, so just be mindful of that. That's tough, but it's a process that everyone goes through. All right, cool. Pisces, you got it. Y'all good. Keep going on your healing process. It's just a minor tweak that you got to do. All right. Thank you so much. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG, Tarot and Heal. Feel free to be an angel donor. Check out my Patreon link below if you want to be an angel donor. All right, and support the kid. All right. Also, that's it. Yeah. Until next time. Peace.